In section 6.4, we now turn to prepositions. Prepositions are one class of connector words that are common in every language. In English, our prepositions are freestanding, meaning that they are independent words. In Hebrew, a preposition can be freestanding, an independent word such as neged from your vocabulary in chapter 2. Or a preposition can be proclitic, meaning that it is attached to the beginning of its object. To illustrate what we mean in terminology, when we say to the beginning in English, to is the preposition, beginning is the object of the preposition that the preposition governs, you might say. So in English, to is a freestanding preposition, and beginning is its object. In Hebrew, the same thing could be true. Neged could be a freestanding preposition followed by its object. Or the proclitic prepositions would be as if you attached to directly to the beginning. In Hebrew, there are three prefixed prepositions. Ba, which glosses as in, with, or by. La, which glosses as to or for. And ka, which glosses as like, as, or according to. In many, if not most cases, the prefixed preposition is simply attached to the front of its object without any further change. For instance, you have bayit, which is the Hebrew word glossed house. If you attach ba, in, to the front of it, the only change is that because you have a vocal schwa, the dagesh lene disappears, and you have bavayit. If you have the Hebrew segelit, melech, and you wish to say, instead of saying a king, you wish to say for a king, you attach the preposition la to the beginning of the word, and no change is necessary beyond that. Le melech, for a king. Hebrew ach, a brother. If you wish to say for a brother, if you wish to say like a brother, you simply attach ka, like, to the front. Ka'ach, like a brother. There are, though, three special cases which should be noted. The first is the connection of a preposition with the definite article. Remember the example, to the beginning. In this case, we would not be attaching the English to directly to beginning because of the presence of the definite article the between. The same issue develops in Hebrew. If you have ha-bayit, the house, and you wish to say in the house, what happens when you attach ba to the beginning of the word? Well, instead of simply attaching and having ha-bayit, what actually happens is that the hey of the definite article drops out, and the schwa underneath the ba drops out. What you are left with is the preposition ba taking the vowel patak from the definite article, and you have ba bayit. Similarly, with ha-melech, if you attach la to the front, you have the loss of the hey, the loss of the schwa, and the lamed takes the vowel from under the now missing hey of the definite article. La melech. The patach, which you see right here, is evidence that there was once a definite article. In fact, so is the dagesh forte in the mem. These two tip-offs tell you that though no hey is written, this word is pronounced as if it has a definite article on the front. If you have ha'ach, the brother, and you wish to say like the brother by adding ka, again, the hey of the definite article will disappear, the vocal schwa will disappear, and the kaf will take the vowel that had been under the definite article. Note in this case, the vowel is a kametz. This is because aleph cannot double, and we therefore have had compensatory lengthening. Such compensatory lengthening remains, and you have ka'ach, with the vowel under the kaf being a kametz, and tipping us off that this word is considered to have a definite article, even though that article is hidden underneath the preposition. Second, if a word begins already with a consonant that has a vocal schwa, like melachim, kings, the addition of the prefix preposition causes a regular change. This regular change is due to the fact that Hebrew almost never will tolerate two vocal schwas in a row. Instead, in a situation which would be two vocal schwas in a row, like l, m, la, him, Hebrew applies what is called the rule of schwa. The first of the two schwas that is vocal becomes a hirek. The second becomes a silent schwa, yielding in this case lim lachim. This rule of schwa is regular throughout the Hebrew language, with, we should add, one regular exception. When the first letter of the word, before you add the prefix, is a yod with a vocal schwa, like Yehuda, the silent schwa is not written. The rule of schwa continues. You notice it's li yuda, with the first schwa under the lamed having become a hirek. But under the yod, there is no writing of the silent schwa. Third, if you add a prefixed preposition with a simple vocal schwa to a word that already begins with a consonant and a compound schwa, like uvadim, in this case what will happen, instead of a simple connection, you will not get what you would think of uvadim. The vowel sound in the compound schwa will influence the vowel under the prefix preposition, and that vowel will become the corresponding short vowel. So since we have an A-class vowel in uvadim, the addition of the bait creates ba-uvadim. This tendency to match the vowel sound is often known as the second rule of schwa. And there should be one exception noted to it as well. When you combine the preposition lamed, to or for, and the noun Elohim, God or gods, instead of the lamed becoming a sagol, what happens is the lamed lengthens to its sere, and the aleph quiesces. Remember that a quiescent aleph will take no vowel marking, and we have not le Elohim, but instead le Elohim.